business owners and executives from around the Valley. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Business Leaders here on KMPH Fox 26. My name is Lance Cardoza. Before we get started, I always like to thank Flooring Liquidators for sponsoring this episode of Business Leaders. Mayweather Boxing and Fitness coming to our valley, and we're going to talk about that next right here with my next guest on Business Leaders. How are you doing, Jennifer Wiggens?
Doing well.
Perfect. And it's Mayweather Boxing and Fitness.
Yes, we're really excited to bring the Mayweather name here to the Central Valley.
And that's a big name in boxing, and it's going to be right here in the valley.
Yes, we're going to be over on Clovis and Herndon. If you know where Home Goods is and Dick's, we're right in that shopping center.
Awesome. And what, have you had a fitness background which made you wanted to be into this business?
So, well, I mean, my husband is an athlete. He played in the NFL for 10 years, homegrown Fresno State football player as well. Yeah. But yeah, I taught dance, coached cheer, and I've always been a studio fitness enthusiast.
Yes.
Perfect.
So this franchise, this model of Mayweather and Fitness was perfect for you and your husband to bring here to the valley.
Yeah, and it was an exciting adventure we could do together on with starting as our family, you know, bringing it back to the Central Valley and really like tying back to our roots.
Talk to me about your husband played, and your husband's first name?
Kenny.
Kenny Wiggens, and I knew the last name Wiggens. So, NFL. Traveled all over, saw everywhere, and came back home to Fresno and found Fresno's where you wanted to be and raise your family and do that. What was that anchor that brought you here?
Well, family was a big one, but you know, we found the valley to be welcoming, great place to have a family, great place to be just what we wanted to be. Yeah. Business owners, family, friends. Fresno State was a big role in us meeting. That's how we met.
Awesome.
And we really wanted to bring that back and stay local.
Yeah, perfect. And then you started a business here with Mayweather Boxing and Fitness and doing that together. I always like to ask, because there's so many boomerangs that leave the area, and he, with NFL, that puts you out there, and I know he played for several teams.
Yes.
And to have that experience and then to know, come back and starting a business here in Fresno and putting his roots here and anchoring here, that's pretty exciting. And Mayweather Boxing alone and Fitness is real exciting. Tell us all about it. And how did it catch your attention as a couple?
So when my husband was playing in Detroit, studio fitness was kind of a way for me to make friends, for me to find a community. And I was driving down the street one day and saw the sign, popped in and made friends with another local business owner who owned a franchise. And we got to talking and loved that. And I talked to my husband, I grabbed him, took him to the studio, and I was like, this is what we need to do. Yeah. He's always had an interest in boxing to help with his hands in the NFL. If you're a lineman, you have to have good hands, strong punches. Yeah. So he always had some boxing component in his workouts. So this was a fun way for us to do a workout together, because I can't squat 300 pounds, you know, but we can box together, and it's a really great way to just have some fun.
Amazing cardio. To be a boxer, you have to have amazing cardio like Mayweather and be able to go the distance, as they say. And that's what I'm sure you'll find when you come to Mayweather Boxing and Fitness.
Yes.
It'll teach you how to go to your distance. Like you said, you can't squat 300 pounds, but you can do.
Yes, and I think that's what is so great when you're modeling a business with the champ himself. He 15-0, you know, one of the all-time greatest records, and what you see is that mentality of a champion, and that's what we're pushing. You know, everybody's reason for coming in and walking into our gym is different. Whether you want to get strong, whether you just want accountability of somebody who's going to call you and say, hey, you have a 5 a.m. class, we're going to see you tomorrow, right? Yeah. That's what it was for us. It's about the community. It's about building that health is wealth kind of mentality.
Perfect. And then it's great for couples too. Like you were saying, that's how it worked for both of you. And so a couple, husband and wife, can come down and be able to work out together.
Yeah, and you can push yourself, you know, grab a friend, grab your husband, grab your spouse. I think it's a great way to push yourself, do something fun together, but still maintain a little competitiveness if that's what you want against each other or yourself. We're a heart-based tracking system in the studio, so
Okay.
you can really monitor your growth personally, and our coaches and staff will be helping you set those personal goals, try and break those personal goals. You know, we have a challenge for our members. The first 90 days, we challenge you to be 50-0 like the champ himself. So in those
Okay.
90 days, we challenge you to do 50 classes.
Oh,
And you can see a lot of great results in if you do 50 classes in 90 days.
absolutely, I'm sure. And they several different classes.
Yes. So all our classes are about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Weekends we run, we call them the champion classes, which are an hour. But our 45-minute classes, we spend half the time on our boxing elements. So you got 4 different bags that you'll work through, and you'll actually be performing fight combos of Mayweather's fights. So we have a fight of the week, and you'll be learning his strategy, his combos, his mentality that week. We really like to bring it into that champion mentality. Like, Floyd is the best at what he does, and we want you to be the best at whatever your goal is. And then the other part of the workout is that fitness side. So some days we'll focus on strength, some days we'll focus on cardio. It's a big mixture of everything that we have in-house.
And it takes all those pieces to come together to be a champion.
Yes.
And like you say, doing 50 classes in a month, you'll be a champion for yourself.
Exactly.
You're doing this for yourself, either like you say, it's to get fit, or it's to work on your cardio, or to just stay healthy.
In a big sense is community. I think, you know, after the year we've had, everybody's looking for a way to connect, and we've really learned that health is important, whether that's your mental health, whether that's your physical health, which I think my husband and I, we know, like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. You know, you need an outlet, you need something to challenge you mentally, physically, and this for us was a great next step. After 10 years in the NFL, we were looking for something we could venture together, and it's hard to be a husband and wife team, but we're really excited because this plays a big role, fitness plays a big role in our life, and to take that and share it with the Valley is something we're super excited about.
It's very tough for an athlete too, especially a pro athlete. What do you do post being an athlete? And when you're an athlete, sometimes it's just, what is there? I need something. So it's great for that former athlete, maybe just out of high school even, and you continue your athletic aggression. You can take it there to the gym. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Jennifer Wiggens and Mayweather boxing and fitness, and pretty exciting. We have that coming right here in the Valley. We'll talk more about that with Jennifer and how both of you met at Fresno State. Very exciting news right here on Business Leaders here at KMPH Fox 26. Don't go away, more to come.
Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back to Business Leaders here on KMPH Fox 26. Every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m., I bring you a different business leader. Top of the show, sitting here talking with Jennifer Wiggens about Mayweather boxing and fitness. We're going to go out to the location and see how I did out there, and hopefully I survive. I'm excited about it. Let's go out to the location now. Welcome back to Business Leaders out here in Clovis, California with Mayweather Boxing and Fitness Studio. We went on location. You heard from the top of the show, Jennifer Wiggens meeting her husband, Kenny Wiggens, at Fresno State. Then he went on to the NFL, and they both came back here in Clovis and started Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. We're going to go inside and meet Kenny Wiggens and see what Mayweather Boxing and Fitness is all about. Welcome back to Business Leaders this morning on KMPH Fox 26, and we're out of the studio, and I got to come visit Kenny Wiggens. And those of you from Fresno probably remember Kenny Wiggens in Bulldog Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Playing football. And what year was that you played football?
2006, 2010, I was there.
And you did 5 different NFL teams. You played in 5 teams more than a decade.
Yep.
And what were those teams that you played?
So I played with the 49ers, the Ravens, the Chargers, Detroit, and New York Giants.
So athletics, conditioning, after pro sports, almost every major league ball player, from basketball, football, baseball, wrestling, whatever I left out. Don't feel offended here on Business Leaders, but they all look for what's after professional sports.
Yeah, what's next?
What's
It's always a big question. A lot of people are always fishing for what's after sports, because I mean, I've been doing football since I was 13 years old and nothing really else. So just kind of diving into something new and fun and exciting is a lot of fun.
So, and a lot of athletes train here. We're at the Mayweather Boxing and Fitness Studio.
Yes.
And athletes train here, but you don't have to be an athlete to be here, and that's why Mayweather put this studio in effect.
Exactly. I mean, Mayweather is one of the best athletes of our generation. Arguably the best boxer of all time. He's 50-0 for a reason. So kind of using how he trained for his 50 fights and putting that into our workouts here, and using combinations on our fights of the week. We feature one fight per week, and this week it's De La Hoya. So we kind of use his combinations that he used in the fights on the bags, and so it's a lot of fun to see how he kind of won the fights and how he prepared for the fights.
Conditioning,
really, yeah, conditioning really big. At the end of Floyd's career, he was more of a stamina boxer, so he kind of worked the guys all the way to the end of the round, avoided punches and stuff like that, and wore them out basically that way. So that's kind of how he trained and everything. So it's a lot of fun to see how he kind of trained, being an ex-athlete or kind of an ex-athlete, just seeing the different ways to kind of control your body and how to push yourself in different ways is a lot cool.
So Kenny, in the first segment of Business Leaders here on KMPH, I had your wife, Jennifer, and Jennifer came in and she was talking about, and I said, we have to go see it. We have to go to the location. In the first segment, I was talking with your wife, Jennifer. How did you guys meet? I want to see if her story is the same as your story.
Yeah, so basically we had a few classes together in college. I would walk her to class. We had classes back to back, so I'd walk her to the next class. And then she was on the dance team and I was on the football team, so that kind of the old American story, kind of cheerleader and football player kind of thing happened, and it just happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys are here in Fresno, and you opened a business together.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about, I walked in and I thought, this is cool.
Yeah.
I want to be here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so it's basically a 45 to an hour workout. You're instructor based, so you're going to come in and you're going to be in a class, but the instructor's going to be putting you through the class the entire time. We have 5 or 6 boxing stations depending on the class, a fitness station, and then basically a treadmill or rower. So you're going to go through those 8 stations, and you're going to wear a heart rate monitor that tracks your heart rate the entire time, so you can kind of tell where you are and the effort you're putting into it, and the coach can kind of follow where you are, tell you to pick it up or slow it down or whatever it is.
And you see it right there.
You see it right there on the screen, and it shows up, so all the people that are in the class can kind of see how they're doing, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Let's take a look. We're going to move real quick and we'll go through some of the intervals and show me some of the intervals.
Awesome.
So let's talk about the intervals.
So these are our heavy bags. We have 4 different types of heavy bags. We've got the heavy bag, the long bag, the aqua ball, which is kind of cool, it says it's water filled, and then the wrecking ball. So these are the 4 kind of bags that Floyd uses in his training. We also have the buddies that we were standing in front of before. Those are kind of more human-like, and it's kind of fun to kind of punch somebody that's not a real person. And so those are the 5 or 6 boxing stations that we're going to go through. You're going to rotate through the class through 45 minutes or an hour, and it's a lot of fun.
You could be maybe a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad.
We have.
And you get a little aggression.
We have like 50, 60-year-olds in here punching the bags and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun to see the different types of people who love it, and everybody who comes in here just loves the atmosphere and like the difference the different kind of workout it is.
And you don't have to have boxing experience.
No, yeah, a lot of our people, I would say most of our people do not have boxing experience, but they're willing to try something new and fun and exciting, and that's kind of what we are.
You're 5 years in the NFL with Fresno State. You probably have a little experience in boxing.
Yeah, so I used it a lot because offensive linemen, we punch with our hands a lot. Different kind of concept. We punch with open hands, boxers punch with closed hands, but it's all about target training and stuff like that I use the boxing for. So same kind of thing, training your eyes and your hands together, hitting targets, certain ways to gain power with your punches and stuff like that.
Awesome. Kenny, it's been a pleasure. This is a beautiful place.
Appreciate it.
And we love having you on the program, Business Leaders. There's more to come, so don't go away. We'll be with Jennifer back in the studio when we return right here on Business Leaders. Wow, Mayweather Boxing Fitness Studio right here in Clovis, California. We heard from Kenny Wiggens showing us what it's all about. Great place to come sign up. There's more to come here with Business Leaders with his wife Jennifer Wiggens in studio at KMPH Fox 26 with Business Leaders. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody, to Business Leaders. You saw it in the episode before out there, Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. I survived. I'm a champion. I loved it. It was a lot of fun, Jennifer.
Yeah, it's
a lot of fun.
It's high energy. I mean, you get a good sweat going.
And you could take out all your anguish of the day.
Yeah.
And get out there and to join and be a champion like Mayweather and join 50 classes. It's doable. And what's really exciting about it is what you're going to get out of it after those 50 classes.
And I think that, you know, when you invest in your health, you know, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your long term. And that's what we're really focusing on is we want you to know we value you. We know there's a lot of gyms in the Valley. And when you step in, we're going to make sure you have a great experience and we help you reach your goals of, like you said, 50 classes in 90 days is one of our challenges.
90 days. I said 30 days.
Yeah, 90
days. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's
no,
a lot.
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
50 classes to be like the champ, 50 and 0.
50 and 0, awesome. And then you and your husband, you guys met at Fresno State.
Yes, so we did.
Yeah, and sort of that's the anchor and the roots coming back here to Fresno.
Yep.
And he was playing at Fresno State and then went on the NFL. Talk to me about those days. That was college days. That's a lot of fun. You didn't see yourself doing this.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm from Fresno, born and raised. Went to school here and then continued on at Fresno State. Yeah. And you know, I always tease Coach Hill that he's a matchmaker.
Cool.
So many marriages from all the players he recruited who met their spouses in college.
And a lot of them stayed here.
Yes. Well, I think
here,
that just speaks to Fresno and, you know, Fresno State, our great experience there. My husband and I met in class together. We did a group project together, and I should pull up some of those videos. But his personality shone through. I think he was a news anchor, and we did a video spoof of all the great places to go in Fresno. And he had on a too tight blazer for a 6'6" college student that he found at some lost and found, and a wig because he thought he needed a wig and an accent.
And an accent, oh boy. So he was playing my role.
Yes, not as well though.
Okay.
But you know, we met and fell in love, stayed, and then the NFL we got to go explore, but we always came back.
Very cool, and it's cool to see the stories and how they progress. And then with Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, what is the most exciting part of starting this venture together and doing this? What gets you up in the morning and gets you excited about getting in there?
Well, I think for me it's that sense of community because the gym was where I made lots of friends, especially moving around with the NFL. And same kind of for my husband, that we're bringing it back to that sense of community, the locker room, that gym. He's made lifelong friends in those settings. And so now he gets to be on the other end of it where he helps to facilitate that. And, you know, we've been doing some outdoor workouts before our facility opened. And now that our facility is open, we can't wait to get members in and building those relationships with people, getting to know what drives them. That's what's getting us up in the morning. It's not about us, it's about them and how we can serve them.
And be able to help them achieve their goals.
Exactly.
Or give them that sense of community as you talked about. Awesome stuff. How do they find your location? And then website, anywhere that anybody at home watching Business Leaders can come down and see Mayweather Boxing and Fitness.
Yeah, so you can find us on the corner of Herndon and Clovis. So we're right over there. If you know where like Dick's Sporting Good is or Home Goods, we're right in between those two. And if you want to follow us on social, we're at Mayweather Fit Clovis on Instagram, which is a great place to get updates. We post our class schedules, kind of what's happening in the gym, fun challenges we're doing. And then if you want to check out our website, you can go to mayweather.fit/Clovis.
Awesome. Any couples classes?
I mean, I think
you should do that.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my husband and I, we have very different strengths, so
yeah.
We'll see. I'm much better at the speed work, and he's much better at strength.
So you have to mix it up and see how that works.
Yeah.
But a couples class would be great. Well, the experience of going out and actually seeing it and getting through it, hitting the bags and having some fun, it's a great experience. Being a part of Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. And like you said, you could have different goals coming into it. What do you see most of the people that are coming in? What goals are they trying to achieve? What do they talk about?
Well, I think, you know, the great thing about us is the Valley has a long history of boxing enthusiasm. We have some great boxers that come out of the Valley. And so we have a very dedicated fan base who know boxing. And this is a great way to get a great workout and learn a little bit about a sport you love.
Yeah.
And for them, you know, it's coming out of COVID, coming out of kind of us all being contained, a great sense of community, something fun to do that's really challenging of your mental and physical.
Yeah.
But for a lot of our members, they're just really excited about that boxing component of it.
Yeah.
Because it's totally unique. And when you have a name like Mayweather, you know the excellence quality is going to be there because Floyd doesn't do anything that's not at champion level.
At champion level. And you mentioned COVID. I'm sure the protocols coming down from
Yes.
Mayweather's group, the protocols are very
Yes.
stringent, making sure you have a clean environment.
Exactly. And, you know, that's a big factor for us is you want to walk in and you know we've cleaned, you know we've disinfected, you know that it's a safe environment to work out in.
Beautiful. So go down and check it out. It was Mayweather Fit.
Oh, yes. So
the
our
website one more time.
Instagram our Instagram is Mayweather Fit Clovis.
Okay.
And then our website is mayweather.fit/Clovis.
Perfect. And you got to go check them out and make sure that you get your workout in and you become a champ and do those 50 classes in 90 days. That's all the time we have. Jennifer, Kenny Wiggens, Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. You have to check them out. They're at Herndon and Clovis. A lot of fun, I'm telling you. You got to go down and think about those couples classes. That'd be a lot of fun. That's all the time we have. Every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m., I bring you Business Leaders right here on KMPH Fox 26.